Yo, what's going on, everyone? My name is Xavier Diaz. I am live. It is Sunday. Thank you for joining me on. This is not a pretty normal podcast, only in that I'm not interviewing anybody. I don't have any plans to interview anybody. If anybody wants to come on the show, I've made it a point on social media that you could just let me know, and I will send you the DM with the guest link, and you could come on. But really, I just wanted to talk about a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of stuff in the news that happens that gets kind of pushed under because so much stuff is going on between the pandemic and then politics is always going to be taking up most of the oxygen in the news world. But there is other stuff that goes on while that stuff is happening, so that's the stuff that I wanted to talk about. So I'm here. It's Sunday. I'm going to talk about some of the projects that I've been working on. Obviously, you see here, I got a wrist brace on. So I'm going to be talking about that. And just in general, if anybody wants to drop comments on the topics that we're going to be talking about, I already made them, public what they are. We're going to be talking about some articles that I've been reading about OnlyFans drama, people getting fired because their employer finds out that they have an OnlyFans. We're going to be talking about gas prices going up. We're going to be talking about violent video games, like a bill that was reintroduced to ban violent video games. So we got a lot. If you want to join in at any point, you could come in and chop it up with me. But first, let me get some water. Thank you for anybody listening. Thank you for anybody joining me in tonight. So first, this was a great week. Let's see. On Pretty Normal Podcast, I had Bianca Grollo on the show. She is an independent journalist and content creator from Puerto Rico. I had her on the show for the first time. I've been wanting to have her on the show to talk about Puerto Rico for a while. I'm glad that we finally made it happen. We set that up. And I had her here on the show live. It was awesome. We spoke about, statehood. How can you not talk about statehood when it comes to Puerto Rico? We talked about her decision to quit her job during the pandemic and become a content creator and independent journalist. So it was a great interview. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I personally learned on the lead up to the interview where I was just researching a lot of stuff that I didn't know before that, once I finally sat down, I was like, wow, this is really interesting. But honestly, what I want to talk about is the follow-up. So after the interview, of course, I always promote the interview. I always promote the show. Whatever it is, I promote that, and I put it up on different social media platforms like Facebook, Reddit, all that. Yo, I have never, ever gotten so much hate other than the two topics that generate the most hate. People automatically start hating like they don't even know why. They get so emotional over this. The term Latinx, if I put that in any Latino, Hispanic groups, whatever, on Reddit, subreddits, if I put that in there and the title, it contains Latinx, oh God, Jesus, people get so mad at that. People get so unbelievably mad. They don't even want to have the conversation. The type of things that you hear is like, that's stupid. You can't even pronounce that. White liberals, stay making up stupid shit. All that shit. You can predict already what the criticism is. But so this week, great interview, learned a lot about Puerto Rico, spoke about statehood, because like I said, how could you not talk about statehood? That is the question that looms over Puerto Rico whenever you talk about it here on the mainland. Like, that's it. Like, you have to talk about it. And Bianca is Puerto Riqueña. She lives on the island. She does a lot of great work covering the island and all of the issues that affect the island. And she tells amazing stories of the people there in Puerto Rico. So who better to have on the show than her to discuss this? And on top of that, she's a journalist. So she's super objective when it comes to just stating the facts, creating the context, letting people know the context behind everything, and then letting people make up their decision from there. She made it a point not to share her personal opinion on statehood. She gave us her analysis, as she said. So I put that up on Reddit. I put it up on Facebook, and automatically people hate anything to do related to statehood with Puerto Rico. Like, it triggers an emotional response. And I get it that there's a strong history behind Puerto Rico in the United States. And it creates a lot of unwanted feelings. And this issue of statehood has obviously been in the spotlight for a long, long time. This is not something new. But people got mad that I even posted it. that I had a conversation with someone who lives on the island who it affects. Somebody who is a journalist giving us her context and analysis. People got tight. I'm gonna pull up some of these comments. Somebody said, "Do I support terrorism?" And then they put two links to an interview of Residente from Calle 13 with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then a song by Calle 13 called "The FBI" or something. And he said, "Do I support terrorism?" I don't even understand this, honestly. I'm gonna pull this up right now. I don't even get. I said I don't understand how me having a discussion about statehood, having a discussion with someone who lives there, a Puerto Rican, about statehood, about an issue that like is looming over the island at all times, how having that makes me support terrorism. Let me pull this up. It didn't make sense to me, and I realized just like, wow, people get really tight about this. Somebody else commented, La isla de Boricua pa cuando, to hell to Americanos can go, what is it? Americanos can go to, que se vayan al carajo. People got real tight, real tight about this. And like, all I'm doing is having a discussion. I'm literally creating context for other people to make up their minds. Like, listen, it's not up to me. I don't live in Puerto Rico. I completely understand that. It's not up to me at all to make that decision. It's up to the people of Puerto Rico, which is what I've heard Bernie Sanders say when he interviewed Residente, which is what I heard Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez say, that in her own way that they need to decide delegates to decide the country's fate. But everybody has said it is up to Puerto Rico to vote on it and to decide their own destiny. I haven't heard anybody say who's like, all right, we're going to make the decision for you. And maybe they're out there. Please, like, paste it in the comments so I can see. But let me share this screen. Share screen so y'all can see this, because this is crazy. Like, I don't understand why people get so triggered and not even want to have a conversation about something. Oh, I had to stream. Okay, so here it is on Reddit. I put it in R Hispanic. Discussing statehood and the future of Puerto Rico with independent journalist and content creator Bianca Grollo. Discussing statehood and the future of Puerto Rico. Nowhere in there does it say either one of our positions on this. Somebody wrote, here it is. Do you support terrorism? What? I said, I don't know why you are posting videos of Residente and asking if I support terrorism. This post is about having a discussion about the status question, which Residente also agrees in clearly having. Because Residente has made it clear on Hot 97 in his interview that he supports independence. He supports independence, and he says, look, I don't attack people who believe in statehood. I don't agree with it. It's not what my decision is. When he goes to vote, he's going to vote for independence. But he has sat down with Bernie Sanders. He has sat down with AOC, who clearly have different opinions. But at the end of the day, everybody says it's up to Puerto Ricanos to make this decision. Having the discussion should not mean that I support terrorism. This is crazy. Like, what are you saying? Like, I wanted to say, honestly, like, okay, follow me here. Ready? This is one of the links. This is the second link he sent when he said, do I support terrorism, for fucking literally just having a discussion, not even saying, because you know what my opinion is on this? That is up to Puerto Ricans. I agree. That's my opinion. It's up to Puerto Ricanos to make the decision and vote for it on themselves. In my interview with Bianca, I learned why, like, you know, a lot of these referendums. Oh, shit. Okay, look. The same way that Residente, who supports independence, interviews Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who does not vote in Puerto Rico, by the way. So all she's doing is adding context as well. And she's just putting it out there for people to know, like, the options. Her job as a congresswoman is to advance said decision that is made by Puerto Ricanos. But they're having a discussion. How is this any different than what this is? This, discussing statehood and the future of Puerto Rico with independent journalists. Why does this mean that I support terrorism? Does that mean that Residente supports terrorism? That doesn't make no sense, because he had a conversation with Bernie Sanders about statehood. Like, man, if you live in Puerto Rico, it is up to you. Oh, shit. We're not up to this yet. If you live in Puerto Rico, it's up to you to decide your own fate. That is what I think the consensus is amongst politicians in the Democratic Party. It's up to them to decide. Joe Biden has said it himself. It is up to them to decide. Now, it's a whole other conversation to say, look, these referendums are non-binding and they don't really mean anything and they're just wasting money. So like we shouldn't go based on these results. Okay, let's have a binding vote. And then it's like, educate everybody. Here it is. If you support independence, if you support Commonwealth, if you support statehood, and you live in Puerto Rico. That's the most important part. You got to live in Puerto Rico. This has to actually affect you. Your job and your maybe not your job, your responsibility. Put this upon yourself. Go out there and educate people, other Puerto Ricanos, about why you support the option that you support. You got to convince other people because that is how democracy works and that is how a majority works. When you go to vote in a binding vote, make sure that more people are on your side than on the other options. That's it. All you can do is educate people. Educate people on why it is that you like that. Why it is that that's your preferred option. After that, people make their own decisions. Like that's really it. That's God damn. This shit gets me worked up. Because it was the same thing with the Latinx video that I did with Anabel Garcia Torres. Like all I did was post it. I just posted it on Reddit. And I think the title was something similar, like discussing the term Latinx and like why people don't accept it or something. Boom! I got hit with the "you're a white liberal," and what do you mean? Like white liberals stay making up this strange stuff. Like what is wrong with this? Like we're messing up the language. Blah 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 blah. It's like I am not telling you what to believe. I'm not telling you what to say. I'm not telling you what to do. I am just literally informing people. I'm having conversations. I thought that's what people wanted: conversations, discussions, and then people make up their own minds. God. Anyways, moving on to the topic because I don't want to stay on this for too long. Man, I guess I get so thirsty. I don't understand how people just talk all day. Anyways, as y'all see, check it out. I got a wrist brace on. So I edit all day. You see it. Like I put out pretty normal. What was it? New York is Dead. I put that out last week or 2 weeks ago at this point. That took a shit ton of editing. I make those videos on Instagram. Those take a bunch of editing. I work as an editor. Excuse me. I work as an editor for my job. And I'm at my computer all day. I'm literally sitting there with my hands at the keyboard and the mouse all day. And last week, I started getting like a weak feeling in my wrist. I started getting like my thumb felt really numb. So like, here, I'll take it off. There's nothing like wrong. Like I can still move it. But it's a really weird feeling because your thumb feels super like weak and numb and your wrist just kind of aches. It's kind of annoying. It doesn't like hurt, but it's just annoying. So I thought it was carpal tunnel. It turns out I don't think it's carpal tunnel. I went to the doctor. The doctor said that like carpal tunnel takes a long time for it to develop to a point that it's like aggravating and they give you medicine. Like it takes a while. They just tell you rest it for a while. Then if it gets to the point where it's like, damn, I can't do shit, then they give you medicine. And then after that, they say to get surgery, but it takes a while. What I think I had was a repetitive stress injury, an RSI. Basically, jobs are so like sedentary and we're just at like our desks all the time and we're just at our keyboards, we're at our computers all the time, that it's really easy to put the pressure and the pain on your wrist. And like when you're turned like this with the mouse, it's really easy to put pressure right there and like just mess that up if that's all you're doing all day, like streaming or you're just like on the computer typing, whatever it is. So I got a wrist brace from CVS. It's feeling better. It's feeling way better. I actually had it on wrong for the first few days. I had it like this. And it was like covering my palm and I was like, I think this is it. Turns out wrong way. But anyways, I'm feeling better. Shout out to one of my homies. She also was having a similar problem because she's a blogger. No, she's not a blogger. She does content management now. She's on the computer a lot. She told me she got some wrist braces as well, and they're lined with copper. So copper apparently has a lot of healing properties. I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting for her to answer my DMs. I asked her, hey, I saw that she got them. She put her in her story. I was like, yo, you got to let me know how they are. She also put me on to these things called vertical mouses. Now, I'm going to show y'all these because This was the first time I ever heard it. Y'all ever heard about vertical mouses? If you have, talk. Let me know in the chat. Come on, talk. It's lonely in here. It's lonely. But I see people are listening. Hey, thank you for tuning in to I don't know what to call this yet. I'm just talking. I'm talking about things. Right now I'm talking about vertical mouses. Not too many people, these things aren't advertised that much. They look a little strange, but apparently they're supposed to be really, really helpful. So let me share the screen. Vertical mice. Vertical mice? Yeah, vertical mice. Check this out. So instead of holding it like the traditional mouse, look at this. You see this? What's on the screen? All right, you see this? It's on its side. It looks like it's on its side. So it looks like when you click, it's kind of like a trigger. So she got one of these as well. I'm waiting to see if she says it's helpful. But I also got a hand massager. This hand massager is so clutch. Every 15, 20 minutes when I'm sitting at work and I'm doing a bunch of work, I take a 15-minute break and then I just use this. No advertisement, not going to show you the brand or anything, but it's amazing. Like, it made me realize how much, like, now that jobs are like this and you're just sitting at the desk all day, you really got to take care of like different parts of your body. Like, you're not standing up as much anymore. So like your hip flexors, I think, aren't being used. Your glutes, don't quote me on any of these body parts. I'm not a personal trainer or anything, but like, you know what I'm saying? Your legs and everything, they're not moving all day. Your wrists, your hands are being like just put pressure on. So make sure to take care of your body. Like, look into things like this, vertical mice. What else? Wrist braces. These are all things that help. And like, we're not taught about them because I don't know who's going to teach you about these things with copper. Let's see if we can find the one that she got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this copper compression wrist brace. So you see your fingers, your thumb is still out, but it gives you some pressure here. It's like, I don't know. It just feels good right now. Like, everything feels like it's recovering well. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my whole spiel on taking care of your body now that we are just sitting at desks all day working. Like, make sure to take care of your wrists. Make sure to take care of, like, just stretch, do some yoga if you can. I know that sounds super cliche, but like, really just take care of your body. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I got a hard lesson on that because I wasn't taking care of my body. I was like editing all day, literally like, I got to put this out. Oh, I got to make the next like video. Yo, who's that? Who's in the comments? Bro, have you been dealing with migraines? I'm gonna show this. Hey, what up, Kevin Hernandez? Hey. This is Kevin Hernandez from Adelphi? Is this the homie? Bro, have you been dealing with migraines from the screen? Because there's times I can't even keep my eyes open. Yo, it's bad, man. Like, and I feel like since I edit at night, like, I start doing more work at night and the lights are all off and it's just the light from the screen, bro. That shit really, hey, yeah, boy, what up, dog? Yeah, man, that shit sucks. It really sucks. Just staring at the screen. I actually just got glasses. I was supposed to have glasses since like high school or some shit, but like I lost them and they were like $300 at the time or something. And like, I was like, fuck, I'm in high school. I don't have fucking that much money. So I never got them again, but I just got glasses again this Saturday. I'm waiting for them to put the lens into the frames, and I will be having glasses for the screen soon. But like, yeah, man, take care of your body when it comes to this work shit, man. Like, damn, it's really a lot of shit that they don't teach you in school. Like, they don't tell you about this because I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know what class they would teach that shit in. But yo, I'm gonna go get some more water, and then when I come back, I want to get into this OnlyFans stuff. Like, I've been looking into it. Mad people been getting fired for having OnlyFans because their employers find it, and like, I want to talk about that. I'm gonna take a quick 30-second break to go get water. Don't be out. Thank you, Kevin Hernandez. Hey, thank you for joining me. It's Sunday, but let's have some fun. Let's talk about this OnlyFans drama when we come back in 30. Hey, peace. Hey, we back. We back. We back. All right, it's time to get into it. So, thank y'all for rocking with me while I gave you an update on my health, my wrist, and then I also talked about some other shit in the beginning. But let's get into this OnlyFans drama. I read this article over the week, and I was like, damn, is this shit happening more often? Like people getting fired or having like to face consequences because they get found that they have an OnlyFans. So let's pull up the article that I saw. This was over the week, February 23rd, so 5 days ago. Let's read this shit. Sacramento mom says Catholic school expelled her 3 kids over her OnlyFans account. So in this one, they didn't fire her. They expelled her kids. They like her kids for something that she did. So let's play this video. Let's see if y'all get. All right, this is not working. A Sacramento mom says her 3 young kids were expelled from a Catholic school because she sells sexy videos online. The principal at Sacramento's Sacred Heart Parish School says the family is no longer welcome and they can't even pick up the things that they left in class. Crystal Jackson says she and her husband take her hot mom persona and turn it into a profit. It started with a post on Reddit as a way to spice up her relationship with her husband, Chris. They made sure to let you know this is the husband, Chris, and this is her. Not the most flattering picture of him, but hey. Someone was like, hey, why don't you start an OnlyFans? Crystal Jackson said. We're like, what the heck is that? Now, more than a year later, she's known as Mrs. Poindexter online, is making up to $150,000 a month selling access to photos and videos on her OnlyFans account. Some of the pictures include nudity, but not everyone is a fan. $150,000 a month is a shit ton of money to be selling some pictures, and only some of the pictures have nudity. It doesn't sound like they're really doing any video stuff, but pictures and videos. So she's probably just like this. Crystal Jackson, the real Miss Poindexter. Now it's kind of like we got caught. So here is our secret life exposed, she said. Mrs. Jackson says last summer, a group of moms found her site and started a campaign to get her 3 kids kicked out of Sacred Heart Parish, a Catholic school Catholic elementary school. At one point, the group sent anonymous envelopes, including her explicit content, to the diocese and school principal. Yo, the moms found it. So the moms in Sacramento that also their kids attend that school, they somehow found it. Hasn't said how they found it. They printed it out, I guess, and sent it in anonymous envelopes to the school's principal. All right, that's where we're at right now. They wanted my kids removed who are innocent to this whole thing, Jackson said. The group's efforts worked. CBS 13 obtained a copy of an email sent to the Jacksons which expelled their 3 kids from school. It reads in part, your apparent quest for high-profile controversy in support of your adult website is in direct conflict with what we hope to impart to our students. It goes on to say, we therefore require that you find another school for your children and have no further association with ours. The email was signed by the school principal, Teresa Sparks. The school would not comment on the story. Mrs. Jackson says she will continue to post on her OnlyFans. She's not giving up. And the family is applying to send their kids to another Catholic school, but worries that they may be blackballed from the diocese in Sacramento entirely. All right, we got to dissect that shit. I think the video is going to be the same thing, so we got to dissect that. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I think I hit the wrong button. This is crazy to me because it's not the kid's fault. Like, all right. So in no way does this affect her children's education. Like, she's making $150,000 a month. I need y'all to know, like, put it in the chat section. Would you guys like? I would never make an OnlyFans because that's sus as fuck. But it's really strange. OnlyFans is the same as Patreon, whereas that you do something and people reward you with money for it. They sign up. They're like funding you. OnlyFans, though, it has the stigma of sex. Like, if you say OnlyFans, I feel like most people think that you're doing some type of sex work on there. You're selling some type of photos and videos like that. But you don't have to, like, right? Like, it's not the only thing. It's just what it's become known for is OnlyFans. Is that? It's not the only thing. Yeah, it's not the only thing that you can do on there. You can do whatever the hell you want and people can pay you. Exactly like Patreon. But it's got the stigma of sexual stuff, I guess, because of stories like this and, like, just how it's attracted sex work on there. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think that her kids should have been expelled from the Catholic school? Like, obviously, they have the right to do whatever they want. It's a Catholic private school. It's not a public school. Which is why I think this story hasn't gotten like super big public headlines, because it's not a public school doing this. It's a Catholic school. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Do you think that her kid should have been expelled for something that she did though? And nowhere in this story, I need to know, how did those moms find her OnlyFans? Like, I need to know. They need to do some further research on this, because honestly, it might have been that those moms caught their husbands looking at that account. I think that's it. I have zero proof of this. This is literally all just assumption, all pure assumption. I think the husbands of those moms were looking. I think it was like a small community. It's a small community, so everybody knows each other. The husbands found out first. They were looking at it. One of them got caught, had to tell the wife. Wife told all her friends. Friends got really tight. Friends got extremely tight. Brought this up to the principal, sent it as an anonymous envelope full of her pictures and stuff. And then, boom, got him expelled. Like, that's my theory. That's my theory. Pure theory. Has no facts behind it. Pure feelings. That's what I think happened. Let me know what you think happened. How did those moms find out about her OnlyFans? Anyways, so here's the real cancel culture going on. Like, oh, cancel culture, cancel culture, cancel culture. Here's the real cancel culture. Other people have gotten, let's get to the next one. This is not the first time that this has happened. Not the first time at all. All right. So I didn't really pay attention to this during the pandemic, because this was in April. So this is like, pretty beginning of pandemic. Like, people were worried about some shit, like the pandemic and stuff. I was not paying attention to no OnlyFans and all this shit happening. Like, I was worried about the goddamn pandemic. Anyways, so this happened. When I typed in, I wanted to find out like how many people are getting fired and like or facing penalties and all this for having an OnlyFans. Like, how is this happening? And then I typed it in on Google, and this was a story that just went under my radar completely. So like, let's read this. Hold up. Okay, this is from BuzzFeed News, April 25th, 2020. Like I said, at the time, was not paying attention. Other shit more important. Her colleagues watched her OnlyFans account at work. When bosses found out, they fired her. Okay. In a recording, the young mechanic's boss can be heard telling her the OnlyFans account might encourage her coworkers to approach you with unwanted sexual conduct or comments. What the fuck? And look, I don't mean to bring this up to like rehash old like, this just completely went under my radar. And if it could have happened like under my radar when the beginning of the pandemic happened, I imagine that it went under other people's radar. It connects to the story that we're talking about with people getting penalties and penalized for having OnlyFans. Let's read about it. That's why it's relevant to this, even though it's from like almost a year ago. A promising young mechanic at a Honda dealership in Indiana was fired from her job after management learned she was making amateur porn outside of work using the platform OnlyFans. All right, right off the bat, main difference so far, like this one says like she's making amateur porn. It's not just pictures and videos from like an innocent little couple or whatever. She's making amateur porn with, you could assume what that is. Kirsten Vaughn, 24, told BuzzFeed News that she was on track to become the first woman master technician at Don Irie's Honda dealership in Fort Wayne when she was abruptly... Oh, hold on. Let me make this bigger. All right. That way you can read along too. This is her, by the way. This is her. Kirsten Vaughn. About to be the first woman master technician, Fort Wayne, when she was abruptly let go from her job after colleagues discovered her account on OnlyFans, a social media site where people can pay to subscribe to private content and which is commonly used for adult material. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be just used for adult material, but that's what it's known for. That's what it's known for. If the guys just would have watched their porn at home, none of this would have happened, she said. But instead of looking at it like, hey, the guys are kind of creepy, it's like, oh, well, you're the girl that brought this to their attention and you're responsible. Oh, wait, I think we skipped something. Vaughn said that after she mentioned her account in her Instagram stories, so I guess she was promoting it, Coworkers began watching her videos together at the workplace and then sexually harassing her. What the fuck? But instead of punishing her colleagues, she said that management blamed her for making the OnlyFans account. This literally sounds like if you weren't wearing short dresses and short skirts, you wouldn't have got raped. You wouldn't have got you wouldn't have got catcalled. It was because you were wearing. That's literally what it sounds like. You made an OnlyFans account. You did something that was sexual in nature, and now your coworkers are fucking. They might harass you. Like, that's not why they're fucking perverts and disgusting people and predators. Like, that is not why it is. Like, they're just predators. Anyways, this is not called like this is the same thing as saying, oh, it's because you were wearing a short dress and that's why they fucking raped you. Like, that's the same vibe this gives. Um, so now she says, if the guys would have just watched their porn at home, none of this would have happened. But instead of looking at like, hey, those guys are creepy, it's like, oh, well, you're the girl that brought this to their attention and you're responsible. Exactly. Like, they should have been like, why the fuck are you guys watching porn together during work hours in the workplace? Like, that is the appropriate response to that. What the fuck you guys doing watching porn together at a car dealership? Like, what the fuck? Vaughn was fired in mid-February, but her story went viral after she posted about it on Twitter on Wednesday. Really ashamed that they had to fire me for having my OnlyFans page because I got down at my dealership. I got down. Here's me doing a complete AC system replacement due to Black Death. All right. I think she was just showing that she's a good-ass mechanic. Really ashamed. Okay, we just read that. Jason Johnston, who handles human resources for the dealership, denied that Vaughn had been fired over her OnlyFans account and said instead that she had violated company policy. He declined to specify which policy Vaughn had violated. You fucking snake. You snake. You slithery snake. Like, oh, we didn't fire her for her OnlyFans. We fired her for something else. What that other thing is anyways, it wasn't about her OnlyFans, even though we questioned her about her for a fucking whole time. And look at this. In audio recordings, there was audio recording proofs of what happened, this interaction, that Vaughn provided to BuzzFeed News of meetings that she had with Johnston and dealership general manager John Watkins. The two men can be heard questioning her about her OnlyFans presence and discussing the harm that it could do to the reputation of their business. Oh, it wasn't about your OnlyFans. It wasn't. It's because you violated this other thing. We're not going to tell you what that other thing is, but we do want to know about that OnlyFans that this is totally not about. Like, you fucking snakes. You just say it was because of that. In the recordings, Johnson and Watkins also seem to blame Vaughn for the reactions of her coworkers. If I walked out into the shop and spread a rumor, how other people react to it, that's their responsibility. But I'm still the one who yelled fire. What the fuck does this mean? This has nothing. If I walked out into the shop and spread a rumor, but she didn't spread any rumor. She didn't spread anything. Okay, so she posted it on her Instagram stories. She promoted it there. She had coworkers and colleagues that I guess were friends with her on Instagram. I think you're still avoiding the fact that your coworkers are watching porn in during the workplace. Like, why is that not the big issue to you? Like, why? I need to know. Did these two have conversations with their other employees and say, "Hey, why are you guys jerking off or watching porn during the work hours?" But no, instead, they're really trying to blame her. Like, I'm still the one who yelled fire. You're still the one who wore that short dress. You're still the one who did this. That's why they wanted you to, like, what the fuck, man? You made an OnlyFans account and you confused the other employees. By making that OnlyFans, which is completely consensual in your decision, you confused them, which is why they decided to group up a bunch of men during the workplace and look at porn together. But we're not going to address that. Anyways, like, back to you. You did this. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Where were we? In the recordings, I'm still the one who yelled fire. The pair also questioned Vaughn about how she felt about the fact that her coworkers were likely seeing her naked. They literally are asking her, how do you feel that your coworkers have seen you naked? Like, what a fucking embarrassing question. Instead of actually addressing the dudes that are watching porn together, You decide to ask, how do you feel that they've seen you naked? Does it strip you of your honor? Does it strip you of your honor? Jesus Christ. Johnson also seemed to blame Vaughn for creating a situation where her coworkers might be tempted to sexually harass her. This is where it comes full circle. If there were coworkers over there who had access to your page, that might encourage them. Ooh, my bird does not like this. My bird does not like this. Can you hear that? Yeah, he's pissed off at what's going on. If there were coworkers over there who had access to your page, that might encourage them to approach you with unwanted sexual conduct or comments, Johnson said on the recording. Because you made an OnlyFans page, that is somehow supposed to mean that, hey, you created this. Now you're giving them the wrong impression. Because you did something consensual, they might think that, you want to have relations with them. What the fuck does this have to do with this? If they are predators and they're going to sexually harass her, it's not because she did anything. It's because they're fucking predators and they're going to sexually harass her. This is fucking so toxic. Vaughn's viral tweet about her OnlyFans account came as many people who are out of work due to the coronavirus consider doing sex work online. All right, we got to click that after. To make money in the interim. $150,000 that other Mrs. Poindexter was making. $150K a month. During the pandemic when everybody's financially unstable, that sounds like really good fucking money. No. Starting an OnlyFans account has become something of a meme, and cam sites have expanded rapidly in the last 2 months. It is a fucking meme, honestly. Like, you want to see my OnlyFans? But experienced sex workers have warned that anyone joining the industry now should be wary of the risks. People will find out, said porn star Asa Akira during a town hall on Wednesday aimed at educating newcomers and organized by the Porn Trade Association, Free Speech Coalition. I didn't even know that was a thing. Your best friends and your worst enemies will all eventually find out that you've done porn. Oh, jeez. It's cool that I guess that they're informing people out there about, look, if you see those dollar signs, you see 150,000, I understand. Financial times are really unstable right now. And I understand if you want to do that, 150,000, like you see those dollar signs, it's hard to turn away. But look, everybody's going to find out. So like, it's cool that other sex workers that are on those platforms are being like, look, this is what you're getting into. At least know what you're getting into. Vaughn has an active social media presence, and she has a following for her work as a woman mechanic on Instagram, where she posts videos from the shop, how-tos, and time-lapse videos of her capable work on cars. While she was on company time, Vaughn was by all accounts an ambitious and capable employee. The dealership celebrated her role as a woman in the industry, featuring a video praising her work on their Facebook page. They pretty much used her for PR. Look at this. Look how groundbreaking this is. And she's at our dealership. We got to watch that video. Let's watch how they flaunted her and said, wow, and rolled her out and said, look how groundbreaking and amazing this is. What the fuck? This isn't it. That's Bernie. Where's this video? Where is this video? It's supposed to link to the video. It just links to Facebook Watch. Indiana mechanic. How would we find this right now? Celebrate her own on the Facebook page. Is this? Do you think this will? Indiana? I type in. I don't know. All right. I don't think we're gonna be able to find this, but all right. So they literally were using. They're rolling her out. It sucks that link doesn't work. I would have loved to see the video. I was a phenomenal employee with a perfect record that never got in trouble, said Vaughn. When I went to work and I was on the clock, I did my job and I was good at it. I was appropriate when I was at work. I wore my uniform. I did what I had to do. Because newsflash, I don't know if anybody knows this, but you could go home and do things in your own spare time that have nothing to do with your job or your ability to perform your functions at said job. You could totally do that. The way that those men who went to the workplace, look, they're the ones with the real problem. They can't even go home and just look at their OnlyFans accounts. They can't just watch their porn at home, like she said. They got to come into the office and watch the porn. Meanwhile, she leaves everything, her private life at home. Once she walks in the door of that establishment, she is there to work and she's a good employee. Even they recognize that because they put her on their Facebook page as a video, as a woman, groundbreaking and all that. But these dudes who can't leave it at home, who don't want to leave it at home, who want to go in together and for some strange reason want to chill with other dudes, their other coworkers, and look at porn together, nothing is happening to them. It's really crazy. It's truly crazy. Johnson, the HR coordinator, confirmed to BuzzFeed News that Vaughn was well regarded at the dealership. We think very highly of her, Johnson said over the phone. But we don't want her here because she does things in her spare time that it might cause our other employees to show their true colors that they're fucking predators. And we can't have that. We can't fire all those guys. No, we can't do that. Even though they're watching porn on the clock together. Vaughn started the OnlyFans account in January to make some extra money so she could pay off her student loans and mortgage and start to save a little. She said her dream was to save up enough for her own shop and work on race cars. When she was called in to speak with management, she said she initially thought it might be about a prize she was up for which she was later named a semi-finalist. Nah. You get that call, it's not going to be good news. It's bad news. Vaughn wasn't sure exactly how management learned about her account on the site, but she said word got out among some of the employees when she posted about her OnlyFans in her Instagram stories feature. After that, she said some of the men started showing her videos to other employees in the shop. This is so toxic. And all of the penalty and all of the consequence went to her, the victim in all this, the person who had her private information shared in the workspace by fucking creepy predator fucking employees, colleagues, and nothing's happening to them. I had a coworker come up to me and he was telling me how the salesmen were all huddled up in a group and that he had come up to the group and they were on OnlyFans page, she recalled. And he said that he didn't know it was me until they passed by a picture of my face and he said, "I've seen a lot of you." What? He said that he didn't know it was me until they passed by and he said, "I've seen a lot of you." I was like, "That's fucking great. Thanks," she said, showing it to fucking everybody. Vaughn said 2 employees in particular became fixated on the fact that she was on OnlyFans and began to harass her online and in the shop. She subsequently stopped any mentions of the account on Instagram. "They literally would not shut up about my page," said Vaughn. "I begged them to not tell anybody and they would laugh in my face and say, 'Ha ha ha, we're helping you make money. Shut up.'" What the fuck? What? Do you hear this? Do you hear this shit?
But I don't know why she posted on her Instagram.
That's valid. Why do you have your coworkers on Instagram? Like, if you know you're doing this, don't add them on Instagram. You shouldn't have done that. I think there's a feature on Instagram that says you can like send stories only to friends, close friends.
But like you kind of know that that's gonna happen. If I was hurt, like I kind of will know that my coworkers, like if I posted it and I was in college, the people that studied with me, they would start harassing me. Like
people with her.
You know how.
And we need to create a culture. We need to create a culture where people don't get harassed, and this is more normal. But in the meantime, look, like the other porn stars that are on OnlyFans said, like, you need to know what you're getting into. Like, you need to be aware. Look, it is a lot of money, and you're going to see those dollar signs and be like, I want to do that too. Just know that it's going to have an effect on your personal relationships, your coworkers, your family, your friends. Like, unless it's not a secret. But this was trying to be a secret, and look at what happened.
I don't think it was trying to be a secret. She posted in her first Instagram.
A secret to her job, I guess.
But if she had people in her, like...
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. Why did you do that? Why did you share it to your Instagram knowing you got coworkers? But a couple of them, it's not like all the coworkers found it from Instagram. Some of them, one might have found it and then spread it. Yeah. In the audio recordings provided to BuzzFeed News of Vaughn's meeting with management, the men could be heard asking Vaughn a series of questions about the content of her OnlyFans. Vaughn acknowledged to her managers that she shared some photos in her uniform and from the dealership's bathroom on her OnlyFans account, but she told the men she took pains to obscure any logos or identifying features. All right, so she was like sending shit from the bathroom. She says that like you couldn't tell. Still shouldn't be doing that while you're working. Vaughn told, I mean, like, look, I've been at work and I've taken selfies and sent them to my wife while I'm in the bathroom taking a dump. But that don't matter. That don't fucking matter. That don't matter. I'm like, no, never, never, never. Vaughn told BuzzFeed News that she was not the first employee to the shop to appear in an OnlyFans account and that the shop has a double standard for how it treats men and women. Oh, here's a twist. There was other people that apparently had OnlyFans in the shop and nothing was done about them. To me, it just does not make sense that they're so concerned about their image and they're so concerned about my OnlyFans page, but they just let other things slide. Like what? You got to be specific here. Here she is. This is the first time we're seeing her. Vaughn said one male employee who appeared in his girlfriend's OnlyFans account was teased by colleagues but was not reprimanded. Another male employee who works at the dealership told BuzzFeed News he had also heard about the same male colleague appearing on a girlfriend's OnlyFans. The whole shop knew about it, he said. Woo! Here's a twist. So, a male employee at that shop apparently was in an OnlyFans with his girlfriend, was on her account. Everybody in the shop knew. I don't know if everybody in the shop watched it in the same way. Everybody knew, and nothing happened to him? That is a double standard. How long is this shit? All right, we're almost at the end. Karen Looper, who worked at the same dealership as Porter from November 2019 to March, told BuzzFeed News he had also started OnlyFans while working there. Oh, like Vaughn, she said one of her colleagues began harassing her about the account and showed it to others, saying he was helping her drum up business. Oh, God. Fuck. Let's see what else. Looper said that she quit after complaining that the male colleague had groped her buttocks after work one day as he asked what $20 could get him. I was depressed. It was eating at me, said Looper. I knew he was still going to be there, and that's what really freaked me out. Fuck, man. Like, this is nasty. Like, what can $20 get me, baby? Like, oh God. Like, imagine having to go to work and knowing that dudes are just like, every time they pass you, like, I seen your titties. Oh, what can $20 get me, baby? Like, oh God. And nothing gets done to them. What gets done is to the person who actually makes the OnlyFans. Hey, managers, why don't you have a question? Why isn't the question you should pay your employees better so they don't need OnlyFans? How about that? Oh, I don't know. That could be a thing. Fuck. Looper said she filed a police report for sexual battery against the man the day she quit her job. A spokesperson for Fort Wayne police could not inform whether Looper herself had made a report citing privacy issues, but did confirm a report for battery was made the same day that Looper said she had quit her job and which matched a report number she provided to BuzzFeed News. Vaughn said she was depressed when sent out the now viral tweet, but she's received a lot of support and she wants to get involved in activism to better protect sex workers. It highlights how sex workers are not properly protected, said Vaughn, and it can only be used as a lesson learned for people who want to keep their day jobs. I got a lot more to say, but let's wrap this up and let's move to the next topic. I need a quick 30 seconds to go get more water. I am just guzzling water right now, but oh, can you? Thank you, baby. Oh, thank you. Shout out, wifey. I got the water right. Thank you. Okay. So we just read that article. Honestly, hold up. I got one more to share, and we're not gonna read it because that was pretty fucking long. But I just want, in case people forgot. So now we've seen the Sacramento, Indiana mechanic. When you type it in on Google, just type it in. Gets fired for OnlyFans. And this Sacramento one would not even, I don't even know if this would come up because they're not getting fired. Their kids are getting expelled. Gets fired. This mechanic was fired after her job. That's the one we just read. Teacher gets fired after students find her OnlyFans. High school teacher fired for, you see, like, can I get high school teacher fired after students? Job fired me due to OnlyFans. You see, like, and then there was this story. I don't know if you guys remember this. Ocasio-Cortez defends medic in New York Post story who joined OnlyFans to make ends meet. Let's watch the video this time. I'm not going to read that because it takes too goddamn long. But no, we don't want no ads. Let's see if it plays. Look at the ads I'm getting. Crunchyroll. We just watched Attack on Titan. Did Attack on Titan really just end like that? I don't know. We're up to episode 70, but all right, wait for this ad to be done, and then we'll get to see this. Because if you just tuned in, shout out, thank you for joining me. We're talking about people that have gotten penalties and penalized by society for having an OnlyFans. Like, it's becoming more and more prevalent. Like, we just read a story about a mom in Sacramento who her kids were expelled for her having an OnlyFans account, and then also this chick who literally, she's a mechanic and her coworkers found her OnlyFans, were in the workplace watching it together, a whole bunch of dudes watching it and harassing her, and yet she got fired. So this is something that, like, let's see if this video comes up. Are we done with the ads? I ain't trying to fucking read again.
Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez slammed the New York Post for a controversial article it published about a paramedic in New York City that said that she had joined the OnlyFans website to make ends meet. In a tweet responding to the publication's post about the article, titled, quote, "NYC medic helped make ends meet with racy OnlyFans side gig over the weekend," Ocasio-Cortez pushed back, defending the woman over some of the criticism she received over the side job. Quote, "Leave her alone. The actual scandalous headline here is, medics in the United States need 2 jobs to survive," Ocasio-Cortez said in the tweet defending the woman.
And I remember reading about this. There was a bunch of things that I didn't understand. So the girl did the interview with the New York Post. It was during the pandemic, and she was talking about how what was she talking about? She was talking about how she needed to make an OnlyFans account to make ends meet because the pandemic fucking made everything financially unstable. So she did an interview. She voluntarily did it. I think she said she wanted to remain anonymous. And the New York Post was like, well, fuck it. Let's just publish her name. Let's let everybody know who she is. So I had a bunch of questions about that, but like, it just raises the question now, should people in society be penalized for having an OnlyFans? Like, everybody, these are all private institutions, like the mechanic, the Catholic school. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's not public. So like, this has nothing to do with government. This has everything to do with, should us as a society have OnlyFans be this taboo to the point where your kids will get expelled if you have an OnlyFans account, something that is consensual that you're doing on your side? Should you get fired when your coworkers are being fucking creepy predators, disgusting predators, because you have an OnlyFans that you literally has no relation to your job, that you leave at the door every time you go to work, like you put your uniform on? That's what it is. So let me know in the comments. We're going to wrap this up. Let me know what you think. Like, as a society, what can we do to make this less taboo? But hey, let's move on to the next topic. I'm going to go grab another drink, and then we're going to move on to the next one, where we are going to be talking about gas prices going up. So thank you for rocking with me. Hey, this is mad fun. We're almost an hour in. I think this is probably going to be like an hour and a half, but it's Sunday. I'm having a bunch of fun. I'm talking about things that I've been looking into all week, and I want y'all to join me in the comments. We're going to take a 30-second break. When we come back, we're going to talk about all about gas prices going up, and like, there's just a lot that I want to say about this, but hey, rock with me. Give me 30 seconds. I got to go get a drink. We'll be right back. Yo, we back. It's Sunday night. Hey, the last day of February, last day of Black History Month. Tomorrow starts March. I saw on Twitter people were trying to cancel March. People said it's unfair that February only has 28 days. It's bullshit. Let's cancel March. And I was pissed. I was pissed because March is my birthday month.
Cancel March?
Yeah, it was a thing on Twitter. Excuse me.
Right, people come up with the weirdest
They wanted to make it a feral February 2.0. It was gonna be February. I don't know. It was some wild shit on there. Cancel March.
But then they're gonna say no, let's cancel. They're taking days from March. Now they're gonna say let's cancel next month.
Exactly.
Days from our month.
You're canceling March now. I want to cancel November. I'm gonna cancel November. Oh, give me 2 seconds. Let me just. I didn't finish getting a drink, but the 30-second clip. It doesn't. I wish it could loop. All right, give me 2 sec. Another 1 minute. I'm just gonna grab some ice. I need some ice. Yo, we back. All right. And just to wrap up our last segment in which we talked about the consequences of having an OnlyFans, I just want to wrap that up with basically saying if you are making the conscious decision to have an OnlyFans account, just know that we are in this gray area of time and society where right now it is not completely acceptable to do sex work. I think part of society is very open to it. Part of society is ready to destigmatize it. But many parts of society are still like, hey, you're doing sex work online and you're going to face penalties for that. You're going to face consequences for that, such as in the workplace where you might get fired. I'm not saying I agree with any of that. I'm saying we need to build a society and a culture where that's not taboo and where that's not stigmatized. But know that those things take time. And in the meantime, if you're going to make an OnlyFans account, make sure that that shit is private. that nobody finds that out. Don't go out and do interviews on the New York Post about it, okay? Keep that shit private. Let's work towards making a better society, a more accepting society. But know that we got to take baby steps and always look out for your own well-being and always make sure that you will have a job at the end of the day, because that shit is fucked up. I understand it's fucked up. That whole situation that we read was fucked up about the mechanic, but at the same time, they're scumbags and you don't have a job. So what are you going to do? They're still scumbags. You still don't have a job. So just, make sure it's private. Let's get there, but baby steps till we get there. Just know the consequences till we get there. Damn, I'm gonna need like now I know, and I see streamers every time I watch streamers, they got big water bottles, huge things, and they're just like go because they like stream for 8 hours a day. Okay, so next. It's Sunday night, and I'm very happy to get to the next subject because we are going to be talking all about, drum roll please, gas prices are going up. I saw this article over the weekend, and then I started seeing a bunch of comments all over social media from like in conservative posts. People that I know from my hometown and people that I know from Facebook that are on the conservative side, and they were saying things like, it's only been a month of Joe Biden's presidency and gas prices are already going up. Thanks, Joe Biden. Democrats mean high gas prices. And I was like, what the hell, man? This don't have nothing to do with each other. Like, people love to find reasons to criticize Joe Biden. There's plenty of reasons to criticize Joe Biden. Gas prices is not one of them. Gas prices is definitely not one of them. So we're going to read about what's going on with gas, and then we're going to explain why are gas prices actually going up, which has nothing to do with Joe Biden. Let's add the screen. 1 second. Okay. San Diego gas prices are spiking, and experts fear that they could go even higher. Now, why did I choose San Diego? I didn't choose San Diego. This is the article that I found. 1 second. My wrist brace is getting kind of sweaty. I can take it off. I'm not editing or anything right now. I just wanted to show it. You see? Apparently, this is supposed to be really, really good for your wrists. This is supposed to be good for you. You're supposed to do this when you're feeling like you have numbness in your thumb and weak wrists. So, Also this. Anyways. So, I didn't choose San Diego, just saw San Diego. This was the article that led me to look into what determines gas prices. Is it the president? What is it? Let's see. So, let's read this article. San Diego gas prices are spiking, and experts fear that they could go even higher. According to the Automobile Club of Southern California, gas prices in San Diego County have gone up 31 of the past 32 days. Let's see if we can watch this video. Oh, goddamn ads. All right, let's wait for the ad to end. RV owner? Actually, we're going to watch the ad.
And now share the sweetness.
Oh, Jesus.
And make a few bucks, too. RV and go.
Skip ad. Thank God. Thank God.
Storm also caused oil refineries to shut down, affecting gas prices across the country, including right here in San Diego. But
by the way, he starts off with saying, obviously, that huge blizzard that hit Texas has had a huge effect on gas prices because that's where I think Texas is the number one or number two. It's either that or Alaska when it comes to oil production in the United States. So right off the bat, not Joe Biden's fault. It's a goddamn blizzard.
But experts say that's only part of our problem, which is why they believe that our prices will stay high for a while.
Let's get into it.
$3.49 a gallon here, $3.69 there, and even higher at other gas stations around town.
Everything in San Diego is going so high now, and the gas prices is just killing us.
Gas prices in San Diego County have gone up 31 of the past 32 days.
The average for a gallon of regular unleaded in San Diego is now at $3.60, and that is up 7 cents from a week ago, and it's up 25 cents per gallon from a month ago at this time.
AAA says several things are fueling the spike, including more cars on the road.
Remember, hey, you guys remember, we've been in a pandemic for the past, what is it? Like a year? Almost a year? Coming up on a year? People are now getting vaccinated. More people are getting vaccinated. More people have the antibodies. More people are going out on road trips. It's the winter. So some people decide to road trip down south. I've done it a couple times before the pandemic, right? We did it once. We went down south. It was about, when did we go? We went in September. It was kind of chilly in the north, not that cold. But you go down. That's it. You drive. More people are now driving because the pandemic is coming. The cases are like significantly dropping. People are getting vaccinated. People have the antibodies. People are deciding, let's start driving again.
Demand.
A lot of people are actually driving a little bit more now, especially with the recent restrictions loosening up and the stay-at-home orders loosening up.
Restrictions are loosening.
California.
Unusually cold weather in other parts of the country also isn't helping, not only shutting down gas stations, but refineries too.
1/3 of U.S. crude oil production is offline because of that severe winter weather that we saw, not just in Texas, but in many parts of the Midwest.
Imagine just blaming Trump for a snowstorm. Like, you would sound ridiculous. Some people might do it. I would call those people fucking ridiculous, man. Like, Joe Biden didn't control the snowstorm. Like, if anything, Republicans and all of the deregulation that led up to those decisions being made to deregulate and to make sure that the federal government wasn't regulating the gas and energy sector in Texas, which was led by Republicans. That is what fucked it up, not Joe Biden.
California doesn't get gas from Texas, but Arizona does. So we've been sending some of our fuel across the state line to help our neighbors. And while San Diegans want to help others, times are tough here too.
We have a company that has 5 trucks involved in it. So our fuel bill is running about almost $2,000 to $3,000 a month, but there's nothing you can do about it.
AAA believes the pain at the pump will get even worse before it gets better. We're heading into the spring when a lot of refineries start doing maintenance, meaning there will be even less supply.
So I didn't know that. Apparently in the spring, oil refineries start doing their maintenance, and I guess they have to cut production. I guess because they're, using so many resources and employees to maintain everything. Also in the spring is when people start driving more because nice weather happens. So just expect gas prices to go up. We're going to talk about this, but let's finish the video.
For how high it will go, they say that's hard to predict because with the pandemic, it's not clear how many families will take road trips over spring break in the summer. But with so many businesses already struggling, even a little spike in prices really hurts.
The bad thing is when you own a small business, which we are a small business, you can't pass it on to anybody.
It can only raise prices so far.
Okay. Now, so here's my thoughts on all this. I wanted to bring this up because, like I said, on social media, I have already seen the narrative that this is Joe Biden's fault. That within 30 days of being president, with everything that he is already tackling, the coronavirus, the economic recovery, Joe Biden is somehow responsible for gas prices going up. Not the fact that we just had a crazy blizzard that hit Texas, which is a huge oil production state. Not the fact that more people are vaccinated and they've decided to take more road trips. We haven't even gotten into the whole oil war between Russia and the OPEC countries. That is something that I imagine most Americans have literally no care about because it doesn't come up in their everyday problems. See, here's the thing. This is why gas is one of those things that you can easily blame on whatever party is in control at the time. So if Republicans, and we're going to pull up, literally, hold up. I brought some info, brought some motherfucking stats. Pew Research. Ready? Let's get back into this. Can a president control gas prices? Depends on when you ask. This from July 25th, 2013. In the midst of the summer driving season, The price of gas of a gallon of gas continued to rise this week, and President Obama's job approval ratings continue to fall. Inquiring minds want to know: do Americans believe that the president has any power to control gas prices? It turns out that the answer depends on whether you ask a Republican or a Democrat and which party occupies the White House. Then you have right here views on the president's power over gas prices. Is the price of gasoline something a president can do a lot about, or is that beyond the president's control? During President George W. Bush's second term, I would love to see this done now with Trump. Like, this is with Bush and Obama. During President George W. Bush's second term, May 2006, if you were asked, is the price of gasoline something that a president could do something about, or is it beyond the president's control? Let's see. What do they say? 54% said that it's something that the president can do a lot about. Let's see. As Democrats, when a Republican occupies the Oval Office, if the president can do a lot to control gas prices, and a big majority will answer yes. Okay? But when the president is a Democrat, Obama, well, under half of all Democrats say that the chief executive has any real power to influence fuel costs. You know what this is? This is the old, what do you mean? Obama can't control it. What do you mean? But then when George Bush is in power, why are gas prices going up? And then also the flip-flop. When George Bush for Republicans is in power, well, the president doesn't even really do anything to control gas prices. It's not even his fault. Then when Obama's in power, why are my gas prices going up? God damn it! Blah 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 blah. So let's get back to it. I got way too carried out. The effect is nearly as strong among Republicans. GOP partisans are far more likely to say that the gas buck stops with the president when a Democrat is chief executive. Look at these numbers. Republicans, Democrats, like, it just shows that everything is like, well, Obama's on my team. I'm team Democrat. I'm team blue. I got the blue jersey on, and you got the red jersey. And right now, since the red team is the one controlling all the power, the red team is the one that's in charge of the gas. Once blue team is back in charge, you got nothing to do with the gas. Same thing. It's a flip flop. It's all just tribalism. For example, when Republican George W. Bush was in the White House in May 2006 and gas prices were spiking, CBS News and the New York Times asked this poll question: is the price of gasoline something a president can do a lot about, or is that beyond any president's control? About 71% of all Democrats said that presidents could do a lot to rein in gas prices. 6 years later, Democrat Barack Obama was president, and CBS/New York Times repeated the same question in their March survey. This time, 42% of Democrats said the president had the power to influence the price of gasoline, fully 29 percentage points fewer than those holding the view that when Bush was president. A complete flip-flop. This is not our problem no more. Obama can't do anything about it. It's got nothing to do with Obama. When Bush is in power, it's Bush's fault. Bush is the reason that my gas is going up. I hate Bush. Same thing with the Republicans. When Bush is in power, well, he just can't control it. It's just like, it's out of his control. It's not his problem. Obama's in power. Obama, you made my fucking gas go up. I hate you. I hate the Democrats. Man, so partisan. The shift was not quite so big amongst Republicans. Okay, that's fair. Got to point that out. 54% in the Bush era survey said the president had power over gas prices, while about 69% expressed this view in March of 2012, a 15-point difference. Our ability to perceive and interpret gas prices and presidential responsibility is the tool of our partisanship, not so much determined by our economic theories, concluded a blog post by political scientist Charles Franklin of the University of Wisconsin, who is currently a visiting professor. All right. Such partisan flip-flops are not surprising. They call it the partisan filter effect. Partisan filters, some might call them blinders. Yeah, I call them fucking red, blue jerseys, like team shit, like team mentality. Take, for example, views on the overall economy. Certainly, the basic facts on the ground are the same. The unemployment rate, changes in the cost of living, the latest reading on the growth on the GDP, but the judgment based on the same data often are strikingly different. All of this is to say that I know for a fact, man. I know, I can see it coming. This is why I'm doing this whole segment. I know for a fact, and you know why I know? Conservatives are about to go fucking ham saying that Joe Biden is the reason that gas prices are so high. I know it, and you know how what? Check it out. It's so ironic. Before I did this segment, I had made the thumbnail, talking about the topics that we're going to talk about. I said that we're going to talk about gas prices going up. This is the comment that was left. Oh shit! What the hell? Oh no! We read this article already. This is the comment that was left from Betty Marie. If you know someone that voted for Joe Biden, you can thank them for this. No, Betty. No, it's not Joe Biden's fault. If you know someone that voted for Joe Biden, you can thank them. I'm someone that voted for Joe Biden. I voted for Joe Biden. Joe Biden don't control gas prices, man. And I see it coming already. Gas prices in the summer are going to go really, really high. Gas price, there's no avoiding it. Gas prices are going to reach probably like 420 or something like that, like 415, and it's in parts of the country, not everywhere. And the narrative is going to be, this is Joe Biden's fault. Gas under Trump in 2020 was at like less than $2 or something. Like, I'm keeping it real. I don't drive. I don't have a car. I live in New York City where public transportation is amazing. I don't drive. I haven't had a car in like a year and a half. When I had a car, I would be pissed when gas was high. When gas was low, I was fucking happy. But I never blamed Joe Biden. I never blamed Trump. I never blamed Obama. Like, that is something that is really easy to get like the most emotional response out of people because it affects everybody. When gas is high, you got to put, and you're at the tank and you're filling it and you're like, yo, I only got $20. I usually put 20 in. That 20 is able to fill my tank to half. Now it's only filling it up to like a little bit more than a quarter. You get tight. You get really tight. That's something that like you can easily pin on the opposition. If Democrats are in power and you're Republicans, it's super easy to be like, yo, look at gas prices. Aren't you mad that gas prices last year under Trump in 2020 were like under $2? Now they're $3.90 and going up? That's super easy. But the reality is that it has nothing to do with Joe Biden. And we're going to look into the facts of what is really causing it. So like they said, one of the things was Texas getting hit with a blizzard. Nobody can control that. The other thing was people are more vaccinated. People have the antibodies. People are traveling. You can't like prevent that. Nobody's fault is that. Now, the other thing, let's get into it. Let me share this. Okay, ready? Hold on. Oil soars near $50 after OPEC and Russia agree to roll over production cuts. Because guess what? Hold on. We got another article. In case you didn't know, last year, at the same time that the pandemic was in March, like starting to ravage through the world, starting to destroy the world, when all attention and all media attention was on the pandemic, Russia and Saudi Arabia were in a fucking pissing match. They were just pumping out oil, trying to see who could put out more oil than the other. What happens with supply and demand? When you just provide a shit ton of supply and there's no demand, nobody can drive because everything's locked down. It's the beginning of the pandemic and you just have oil being pumped. Gas prices are fucking low throughout 2020. All of 2020, you are literally just seeing gas prices at $2, but nobody's really traveling. What good is fucking low gas prices if nobody's out? But that's what happened. So let's read. Two of the world's largest oil producers, Saudi Arabia and Russia, are set to increase production dramatically this month after an agreement between OPEC and its allies to lower output expired at the end of March. Oil prices have fallen more than 60% since the beginning of 2020 amid the coronavirus crisis and a price war led by Riyadh and Moscow. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but that's the capital of Saudi Arabia. Excuse me. Concerns arose over the future of oil demand in January as China battled the virus, but have intensified now that infections have spread further and sent countries into lockdowns. Prices could continue to fall as producers flood the market with increased production levels that are likely to last until June at least. They were just pumping out oil at the same time that everybody's locked down and nobody's going anywhere. That's why you saw gas at less than $2. But nobody knew about this because we were all focused on the pandemic. Now we're all going back out. People are leaving their houses again and they want to go out and they want to see and they want to drive, but they can't drive because gas is high. But it's not Joe Biden's fault. Betty Mary, it's not Joe Biden's fault. You said if you know someone that voted for Joe Biden, you can thank them for this. I'm a person that voted for Joe Biden. It's nothing to do with Joe Biden. Now, back to the other article. A group of major oil producers have agreed to keep production broadly steady in February and March as the pandemic forces some economies back into lockdown and governments struggle to distribute vaccines. Russia and Kazakhstan will produce more oil over the coming months under the deal. Saudi Arabia, meanwhile, said it would voluntarily cut its production by 1 million barrels per day from January's level. When is this? This was January 5th. Oh, this one's a little late. This is not the one I was looking for. Hold up. OPEC, Russia. Increase production oil. It was recent, the one I read. It was recent, 2021. It was supposed to be Russia and at odds before crucial OPEC meeting. Saudi Arabia and Russia are once again heading into an OPEC meeting on opposite sides of a crucial debate about the oil market. Saudi Arabia is publicly urging fellow members to be extremely cautious despite prices rebounding to a one-year high. In private, the kingdom has signaled it would prefer that the group... God damn it, no thanks. I don't want no notifications. Prefer that the group broadly holds output steady. Delegates said Moscow, on the other hand, is indicating that it still wants to proceed with a supply increase. Okay. So the Saudis have a new bargaining chip, 1 million barrels a day of voluntary cuts. The kingdom pledged to make these extra curbs only in February and March, but some see signs that could change as the negotiations get underway. All of this, look, all of this is to say that this has nothing to do with Joe Biden. Be ready for it. It's coming. Summer is coming. People are going to be traveling. More people are going to be traveling. This has largely to do with OPEC and Russia and how they decide their little oil war. Gas prices are going to go past $4. It's going to suck. It's going to really, really suck. People are going to be really mad, but it has nothing to do with Joe Biden. So this is all to say, just look forward to it. Get educated on how gas prices go up, and don't let fucking fear mongers tell you this is all Joe Biden's fault. The reason that your gas is high is because Democrats and all this and liberal and green climate change and like the Green New Deal. That's what they're going to say. They're going to blame it all on socialism and the Green New Deal. Don't blame that. Don't believe that shit. Get educated. Gas is going to go up past $4. It's going to hurt, but it's not anything to do with Joe Biden. And that's all I wanted to say. Let's get into our last and final topic for the night. Andrew Yang solving and fixing crime. I'm going to take another break, and then we will be right back to discuss Andrew Yang. Let's get into that. Yo, we back. All right, for the final segment of the night. Had to kick it to New York City. New York City mayoral candidate Andrew Yang, better known as, I don't know, Captain Yang Gang. He's not known for that, but essentially known for UBI, Andrew Yang. I read this hilarious story about him, and I really wanted to talk about this. This has nothing to do with any of the other topics that we talked about. But like I said, there's just a lot of news going on at the same time. So I always want to cover like the things that aren't being talked about as much, but the things that are important. So far tonight, should society have consequences for people having OnlyFans? What controls gas prices? And finally, Andrew Yang solving crime single-handedly, coming to New York City to try and become the mayor and destroying crime single-handedly. Let's read this article. This is hilarious, man. Andrew Yang by himself destroyed crime in New York City. I wish we could get a video of this. I don't think there's a video of this yet, but Andrew Yang intervened when a man wielding a metal pole attacked a photojournalist on the Staten Island ferry. Andrew Yang, who is currently leading the contenders in his Democratic primary run for New York City, rides the Staten Island. By the way, I live in New York City. I follow politics. I enjoy following politics. I have yet to see any type of campaigning from any New York City mayor that is physical, that is out in the city, that you see like on the subway stop, that you see, like, I haven't seen shit. It seems like all of the mayoral candidates for New York City are running their campaigns strictly digital. And by the way, there's a lot of people that in New York City that are old and don't do digital. So if you don't see it, like, I guess they made that conclusion, like, okay, listen, it's a pandemic. No, god damn it, I don't want fucking notifications. It's a pandemic. Let's go all digital. It would be foolish to just put things on like in places that people aren't there. But the mayoral campaign has been trash. And you know what else has been trash? Oh shit, my bird. Oh, this is the first year of New York City having ranked choice voting. Now, I don't know if it's ranked choice or rank choice voting. Chucho, what are you doing, man?
He wants to be in the show.
Chucho wants to be in the video. Oh, he's flying around. Is he going to make it? All right, he made it back to his cage. Jesus Christ. Chucho, no!
No, Chucho, calm down.
Okay, first year of New York City having ranked choice voting, and I guarantee you that a lot of people, a lot of New Yorkers have zero idea what ranked choice voting is. They are going to walk into the elections in what is it? It's coming up, right? It's coming up 2021 mayoral campaign, right? When is the NYC mayor election? The 2021 New York City mayoral will be held June 22nd. So we have basically like 3 months left, a little bit more than 3 months. And nobody in New York is being told that this is the first year that we have ranked choice voting. I literally just spoke to a friend the other day, and I know this is anecdotal, but I was like, yo, we have ranked choice voting. I don't think a lot of people know. And he's like, yo, we got ranked choice voting. That's lit. I was like, dude, I don't think a lot of people know. Like, me and him, we follow politics. Like, we enjoy following politics. So, like, people that don't follow politics, they have no idea what the hell that is. Anyways, mayoral campaigns in New York have been fucking trash. Like, nobody's reaching out. But let's just read this because this article is hilarious. Andrew Yang, the businessman and former candidate for president who is running for mayor of New York City, intervened to help a news photographer who was attacked Friday while on a ferry in Staten Island. According to a report from the Staten Island Advance, Yang at around 11 a.m. Friday was traveling from Manhattan to Staten Island with his staff and a small group of reporters as the mayoral candidate planned to tour the borough. The journalist Getty image photographer Spencer Platt told the New York Post he was talking on the phone when he was approached by his would-be attacker, clad in a black cowboy hat and jeans on the outdoor deck of the ferry. I just said, "What's up?" He immediately shoves me. I kind of tumbled down. Platt told the outlet, I get up and he raises a steel bar, a broomstick handle over his head. Let's recap. This photographer has been taking pictures of Andrew Yang all day. They're on the ferry. He's on the phone. And all of a sudden, a man comes up to him and pushes him. He turns around. No, pushes him to the ground. Shoves him to the ground. He sees. He looks up. He says, whoa, 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 whoa. Who is that? The guy is holding a metal pipe. A metal pipe on the Staten Island ferry. And he's about to hit him. And I imagine you're just like, I know what the fuck is going on. I'm just a photographer. Your camera was probably on your neck and it's like on the ground and you're just like, what is going on? What is going on? This dude is just standing menacingly. He's just standing there mad because he pushed him out of nowhere. He pushed this photographer. The photographer looks up. The guy's standing there with a metal rod over his head. He looks like he's ready to strike me. Andrew Yang, who was inside the ferry, rushed to the outdoor deck to intervene, according to the reports. Andrew Yang sees this. Hey, what's going on out there? He sees this. He makes it there. Hold up. Let's get a drink. Andrew Yang sees. I think most people would have had the same impulse I had, Yang told the Staten Island Advance, to try and do anything that you can to protect somebody who might be threatened or endangered. Yang told the outlet that the attacker recognized him before the situation de-escalated quickly. I got up and tried to intervene as quickly as I could, Yang said. I'm thrilled that when he turned, he saw me and recognized me, and the situation de-escalated quickly. Hold on. We got to reenact this. Okay, ready? This is what we've been told so far. I'm the photographer. Yo, what's going on? I'm on my phone. I'm just chatting. I spent the whole day photographing Andrew Yang. Like we're chilling on the Staten Island ferry, minding my own business. Just had a hard day's work of photographing. Boom. I get hit from the back. Boom. I get tossed to the floor. I turn around. What's going on? The guy is holding a metal pole. The guy is literally ready to hit me. The guy's like, because he just pushed you. Remember, he just pushed you to the ground. You turn around, you're like, no, what's going on? Why me? Andrew Yang sees this. Hey, no. The guy with the metal pole turns around. Eyes lighten up. That's Andrew Yang. Metal pole drops to the ground. Slow motion. Doof. Doof. Your eyes wide open. That's Andrew Yang. He proposed universal basic income in the primary, the Democratic primary. Pole falls to the ground. Doosh. You were about to hit him. Remember, you were like, you see Andrew Yang running. You turn. That's the metal pole hitting the ground. You look up. That's Andrew Yang. And you stop. You decide to stop because you recognize that it was Andrew Yang. You recognize that he was proposing UBI. Oh, God. He recognized me and the situation de-escalated quickly. Ding. 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 Ding, 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 ding. The metal pole hits the ground. Your eyes light up. Andrew Yang is here. Why was I about to attack this photographer? When did my life go down this road? How did I get here? What choices did I make that got me to this position? Why was I about to attack a photographer for no reason on the Staten Island ferry? Yang is one in a crowded group of people running for New York City mayor to replace Bill de Blasio, who is serving his final term as mayor. Yang was one of many candidates who vied for the Democratic Party's 2020 nominee for president. According to Politico, Yang was leading the candidates among those surveyed in a poll by New York. About 48% of those surveyed said they knew who Yang was, with 28% respondents choosing him as their top contender. Yo, I had another article. The dude doesn't get arrested. The guy with the metal pole who was about to attack a random photographer never got arrested. Andrew Yang ran, sprinted over. All he had to do was show his face. The guy with the metal pole, remember, ding, 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 ding. How did I get here? Why was I about to attack a photographer? Andrew Yang! You stopped because you recognize Andrew Yang. We read all this. I'm just curious. Hold on. Let's add more information. The NYPD, Platt told some of the New York Police Department officers who were on the boat and who then went to keep an eye on the man. NYPD said no arrest was made. It doesn't say it here. Yang later goes on to advocate for his mental health program that he would do in New York City if he became mayor. This, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this, Andrew Yang helps photographer facing attack on ferry. Remember, like, a dude with a metal pole was about to beat a photographer for no reason. When he saw Andrew Yang, he turned around and he was like, my life has changed. I can't do this. I can't go down with this. This is horrible. No arrest was made. Andrew Yang later goes on to propose his mental health plan for New York City. This seems so fucking staged, man. Like, I hate to say it. Andrew Yang single-handedly solved crime in New York City. This is it. Anytime that a crime is about to happen in New York City, just send Andrew Yang there. They're going to turn around. They're going to recognize this dude. And they're going to be like, why am I doing this? This is a horrible decision. I can't do this. I can't go on with this. Metal pole. Ding, 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 ding. That's the slow motion effect of the pole falling and you deciding, I have dishonored my whole clan. I've dishonored my whole clan. How did I do this? How did I get here? Yeah, I can't do it. Andrew Yang would not approve of this. This seems so staged, man. Like, I'm probably going to vote for Andrew Yang because he's the one with the best ideas in the whole mayoral race. But like I said, New Yorkers don't even know that we have ranked choice voting for the first time this year. Nobody knows because nobody's telling anybody. And Andrew Yang is probably going to win. I hope he wins, but he's so damn corny, man. This seems so staged. Anyways, I just wanted to bring up that story because I thought it was hilarious. Andrew Yang single-handedly has destroyed crime in New York City. Anytime a crime is about to happen, he's going to pull up like in a Batmobile, or we're going to have the bat sign in the air, and it's literally going to have Andrew Yang's face. The guy who's about to commit a crime, he's going to look up. He's going to recognize Andrew Yang, and he's going to not do the crime because Andrew Yang solved crime in New York City. Hey, I want to thank everybody for who joined me tonight. It's Sunday night. You didn't have to be here with me, but you chose to rock with me tonight as we talked about all the issues that have been affecting society but have been not getting the national media attention that they should. Make sure to subscribe. Pretty Normal Productions. I just put out the trailer. I got an amazing interview with Bianca Grollo. New York is Dead. The new episode is coming soon. A Pretty Normal Day is coming soon. Hey, thank you. Subscribe. If you're on Twitch, follow. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button. Xavier Diaz, aka a guy with a camera. You know, I don't know what I am. A journalist. I don't know what I am. A guy with a camera. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Pretty Normal Productions. Thank you for rocking with me. We will be back next Sunday to go live. Peace, peace, peace. Shout out everybody who joined. Peace.